everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on this channel if you want to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be talking about our monthly budget for April. I post these videos every single month and I have since January of 2021 was my first budget video. So there's like a lot of history on my channel. If you guys are interested, go back and check my playlist for monthly budgets because I've got years at this point of monthly budgets. I sometimes go back and watch them on like a random occasion if I'm feeling like if it pops up on my page, I'll just kind of like go check it out because I think it's so interesting, like the way that we used to budget and how it's changed. And there's a lot of things that haven't really changed. So it's just kind of interesting to go back and look at the history. But today we're going to be talking about April 2023. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for April, it is a regular income month. In March, we did have an extra paycheck month, so we had a lot more income than normal, but you know, we're going back to our regular amount in the month of April. We also do typically have side hustle income and sometimes extra income like that. We never count that in our budget though, so we just budget based on this $7,200 number, which has been the same for quite a while. That is just my husband and I's regular full-time salaries. We're both salaried employees, so we both get pretty much the same thing every single week. So we are budgeting with $7,200. Let's go ahead and go down to our fixed expenses section. So first fixed expense is our mortgage. Obviously we have a mortgage on our home. So this will actually be for May 1st. We budget $2,100 for our mortgage. So our mortgage used to be $2,050 and we would just round it up to $2,100. Well, then we got like an escrow refund and they recalibrated our mortgage, which is a whole nother story I won't go into too much, but they recalibrated our mortgage and it actually went down to $1,995. So we're just going to leave it at $2,100 for now. I have a feeling this is going to go up significantly when they reevaluate our property taxes. So I don't want to lower it too much because I don't want to get used to like having a lower mortgage. And also this gives us an opportunity to pay like $105 extra to principal every single month. So that's what we're doing with that, just to pay a little bit of extra on principal and also just not get used to like a lower mortgage amount that probably won't be sticking around anyway. I don't want to re-put it in here as like, you know, $1,995 and then in a year it goes up to like $2,300, which is what I expect it to be like maybe in a year when they do fix our property taxes because they're wrong right now. But either way, we just don't want to get used to a lower amount. So sticking with the $2,100. We do not have cell phones this month because we have Mint Mobile. I do actually have my annual fee that will come out next month, and that's, I think, $360 for the year. So you guys will see that in the May budget, but we don't have that in this budget this month. Two other things that I get asked about a lot are car insurance and our water bill. So car insurance is biannually, so we pay that 2 times a year. I think the next time we pay it is in June or July. And then water bill is quarterly, so we actually paid that in February, the end of February, so we won't have another one for a few more months. Just wanted to give that disclaimer because I get a lot of questions about that, like why aren't you paying cell phone? Why aren't you paying water bill? Where's your car insurance? That's why, because we don't pay those every single month. So next up we have our Netflix subscription. So we do still have Netflix. We did downgrade this to the ads plan, so it's only $8 a month, which I think is way better than, I think we were paying $16 before, so we don't miss that and we really don't even notice the ads. The ads are really short in comparison to some other streaming services. They're like 30 seconds or less, I think, most times. So it's really not a big deal. I don't even notice it usually. I like just look at my phone while the commercials are on, which I usually am doing anyway. So totally worth saving the little bit of extra money. Next up, we have our Peloton subscription. So we do own a Peloton bike, so we have to pay for that subscription every single month. Then we also have our internet, so that comes out every single month and that has not changed. However, I do think we might actually switch soon. So we only have one internet provider right now that's available to us. We live in a new build subdivision, so there was literally just the one, and we're hopefully getting another internet provider that's available soon. So if they have a cheaper plan, I'm definitely going to switch because I feel like it'll just make more sense to switch over to a cheaper plan. We never really have internet issues no matter what speed we've chosen. I feel like I never notice a difference personally. So we always try to go with like the cheaper, like middle grade plan. So I'm hopeful that in the next few months, we'll actually be able to lower this bill a little bit. Next up, we have giving. So we have a monthly donation to St. Jude, and that comes out on the 1st in the amount of $100. So that's just a bill every single month that we have. Then we have preschool for my daughter. So she goes to preschool a few days a week. This comes out weekly. And the total for the month is $760. So she'll be going to 4K in fall. So this budget for this category will probably change. It probably won't go away though, because we're going to be hopefully putting our baby into daycare at that point, or hopefully before. So in the next few months, this budget will probably change, probably increase actually, because he'll be more expensive. But we are waiting for the wait list to open up, because he's currently on the wait list, and we've been waiting for a really long time for him to get a spot, and he still has not gotten in. So as soon as he gets a spot, we will be enrolling him, and that will definitely change our budget for that. Next up, we have our electric. So we're budgeting $250. Our bills have kind of been all over the place. I think it was in, January, I think it was $272. And then February, it was like $247. So I'm going to do $250 because March, this is for our March bill, like from what we used in March. March is typically like on the milder side, so I'm thinking it'll be a little bit less. Fingers crossed, hopefully, but we'll see. That is all for our fixed expenses this month. We don't have anything really extra in the month of April. We do have Easter and actually my mom's birthday. I don't think we have any other like events in April. My son and my daughter are both going to be starting baseball, but as far as my mom's birthday and Easter, we'll just take that out of our miscellaneous category. We typically travel for Easter to my husband's family's house, so we don't really do much for Easter as far as us. They get like Easter baskets from my husband's family. So yeah, my mom's birthday, I always get her flowers. It's just kind of what I've always done. And so that'll come out of our miscellaneous category. So our total fixed expenses is $3,323. That leaves us with a remaining of $3,877. So let's go up to our variable expenses. So we have spending money. This is for both my husband and I. We both get $100 each. So we budget $200 for that. Then we have gas for our vehicle. So we're budgeting $175. That's been working out fine. I might need to increase this in the summer because we will definitely be like traveling more and just going more places. So I'm going to keep an eye on this budget in the next few months. And then also groceries is another category that I'm going to keep an eye on because we have been going over this budget. And yeah, I don't know if $800 is enough anymore. I just feel like that's so crazy, but it is what it is. I mean, what are we going to do? We have to eat, right? Family fun. This is just a budget that we use for like kids stuff. So we could actually, if we were going to do something for Easter, we could actually just pull it out of here as well. I don't think we have any plans to do anything, but again, if anything pops up that we need to do for our kids or like anything fun randomly, like in the summer, a lot of times we'll like go out for ice cream or, you know, go to the park and get like Happy Meals or whatever. A lot of times I'll pull that out of the family fun stuff, just like anything that's extra or like going to the museum or anything like that. So we're budgeting $100 for that. Again, I might increase this in the summertime to like $150. We'll have to kind of see. This category has never been an issue for us, but I feel like in the summer now that we have 3 kids, we might need to bump that up a little bit. Then miscellaneous, again, this is anything that we don't have in our budget. So a lot of times if there's like a smaller holiday in a month, I will just pull it out of the miscellaneous category. So we're budgeting $200 for that. And then dining out. So this has been a huge focus for us in 2023. If you guys have watched my previous videos this year, you've probably seen that we've been staying under budget in this category every single month so far this year. I'm still leaving it at $250 though, because I want to be realistic. And I want to make sure that we have enough in this budget if we do, you know, slip up or if we go to like a more expensive restaurant. So yeah, we're going to leave it at $250, but we have really been focusing on that. And I'm really proud of the progress that we've made this year. We have really cut back on eating out this year significantly. And I'm so proud of that because it's always been an area of struggle for us. So pat myself on the back a little bit. So our total variable expenses for this month is $1,725, which leaves us a remaining of $2,152. So next category we're going down to is our sinking funds. So we have the same sinking funds every single month. We have not changed these in a while. these are just what works for us. In the beginning of budgeting, I had like so many sinking funds categories. I swear I had like 17 at one point, and that just did not work out for me. I know a lot of budgeters on YouTube and Instagram like have those really, really detailed sinking fund categories. That just did not work for me. So do not feel like you are put in a box. If you feel like either like very slim categories would work or like a ton, do what works for you and maybe try both of them out and see what works. So this is just what's worked for us for a really long time. I don't see us changing this. These categories have been really functional for us, and we use them when we need to use them, but we don't overuse them, which I feel like is a really tough balance sometimes to strike with sinking funds, because I feel like when we had a ton of categories, we like never wanted to use them. I don't know. Anyways, so our first sinking fund category is car. So this is actually just for car maintenance. So for example, if we need to take our car in for an oil change or things like that, if it needs work done or tires, that all comes out of this sinking fund. This is specifically car maintenance. So we are putting $50 into that car budget. If you guys have been watching my Debt-Free Friday videos, we have a separate savings for our car fund that we're funding in our Debt-Free Friday videos, because that is actually for the purchase of a new vehicle. So that is not this sinking fund. That is something that is actually separate, just for the purchase of that car. Next, we have home. So similar to car, this is for house maintenance. This is for any projects that we want to do, anything around the house that we need to fix or buy for the house. So we are budgeting $100 for this. Christmas, that's pretty self-explanatory, $100 for Christmas. Now, this is going to include not only Christmas gifts, but also Christmas cards, Christmas decorations, anything that we want to purchase for the Christmas holiday or like basically the December timeframe. So like whether that be bringing something to somebody's house for like a party or something like that, that all comes out of our Christmas sinking fund. So I'm hoping to have about $1,200 for our Christmas sinking fund this year. And then at the end of the year, whatever we don't use, we always donate whatever's left in it to clear it out. So I do always like to over budget if I can for this so that we have some left over. Next category is our kids sinking fund. So this would be our kid maintenance sinking fund. Okay, that's kind of a joke, but it kind of not, because this is for like our kids' birthday parties and back to school and like sports fees and things like that. So like anything that's out of the norm that we would fit in our budget, out of like our family fund budget, this is what that comes out of. So we budgeted $50 this month. We have a decent amount in there for like upcoming things. So some like summer stuff we might pull out of there. And then, like I said, primarily we use it for like our kids' birthdays. If they have a birthday party, which they don't always have a birthday party, but sometimes we do have birthday parties for our kids, depending on the year. And then, like I said, we also use this for back to school. So in the next few months leading up to back to school, I will probably increase this a little bit just so we have like a good buffer amount of back to school, because now we're going to have 2 kids going back to school. So we're going to need some extra money for like the school supplies and clothes and things like that they need. Then our last sinking fund is our vacation sinking fund. So we are budgeting $150. When you are watching this, it is actually the 21st. We are actually on vacation right now. So I am pre-filming this a few days in advance just because we're going to be gone on vacation when you guys are actually watching this. So currently, wherever I am using the sinking fund. So yeah, we obviously, this is self-explanatory as well. We use this for vacations, anything like that, or like if we want to go, out of town for like a mini vacation, like we would use this as well. So it doesn't have to be like a major vacation, but anything that's kind of like vacation or trip-esque, we pull out of that. So total for sinking funds for the month of April is $450, which leaves us with $1,702 left, which if you've been watching me for a while, that's going to our financial goals. So I'm not actually going to split this out per financial goal because I don't know exactly where we're going to end up at the end of March. Obviously, we're still in March right now, so I don't know where we're going to end up in the month of March, but I'm hoping that we won't need this whole $7,200 for the car fund. So we will just put whatever is left in that car fund for that, and then whatever is left over, we will move on to our next goal or goals. I haven't actually decided yet if we're going to work on the next 2 goals in tandem or if we're going to do them one at a time. So stay tuned for that. I will talk about that in Debt-Free Fridays to come. But we are hoping to put about $1,700 in our financial goals for the month of April. So obviously it's a little bit of a tighter income month. It's a regular income month for us, so we don't have as much that we're able to put towards financial goals as the month of March, obviously. But I'm still hoping it'll be a really great month. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys done your April budget yet? I would love to hear about it. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I will talk to you on Friday. Bye, guys.